Yeah, that's. Oh, actually, it's
That
not
looks
bad.
really good. What do you guys think? Well, for the one person that's here,
it's not bad at all.
That ring light, that's a good ring light.
That takes away. Well, you can still see. Hold on, let me do this. You can still see that it's just a black backdrop and some lights, but the angle's good, right?
Yes.
Still see that he does that every time.
So we were going to turn it on and just kind of fiddle with it then.
But that people get annoyed when we do that.
I think it looks pretty good.
It looks good like that because you can see the snowflake and the tree. Part of me wants to move it up higher.
But I mean, it's pretty good for, I think a picture looks better than it has.
Okay.
I do.
Hopefully it's live and not doing its thing. The cat is destroying the tree while we
Mandy's.
I'm sharing it to Twitter.
But you know what? 1:20 and I'm going to talk about my injury.
Oh my God. Well, there is something wrong with it. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So the cat was, I was trying to keep the cat from going out because Ellie likes to go out. We have 3 cats. And Ellie likes to go out at night, but we kind of worry about her because this is the backwoods of North Georgia. There's stuff out there.
Yeah.
So we try to, or it gets cold at night. And she just goes out, and so at some point we go to bed. But we worry about her. So I'm trying to keep her in. And she jumped around me, and I kind of got my feet tangled up, and I slammed into the door.
And he did do something to it. It's because you can see this is all swollen, and then you can
under,
see
like
right
there. It's kind of
hey,
like.
Karen. Hey, Brad Michelle.
And then right up here.
I mean, of course, I'm like, well, do you want to go to the hospital? No. You want to put ice on it? No.
No.
No ice. No.
It's not really swollen, though.
It's going to be sore.
Yeah.
You were like, no ice, no emergency room. And it's like, yeah, if you're not going to get pain med. I'm just kidding. Oh when most people, though, when they break their arm, they're like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going. You know what I mean?
Hey, Clancy. Hey, Bren Michelle. Hey, Karen.
I broke.
There they are.
I said hi. You just never. Oh, am I on the wrong side again?
Maybe.
Hold on. Oh, my gosh. Can someone remind him which ear he can't hear out of?
Yeah, we need to switch.
Okay. Are we going to do musical chairs?
I'm going to go around.
Yeah, you go around. And don't trip on this cord.
Ellie already got me once.
Yeah, but I mean, then the thing will go flying, and it's not a super bad angle, is it?
It's a good angle.
Anyway, we'll stop talking about it and just accept it.
I mean,
I did find 2 stools because usually we drag the stools from the counter in there. They can see my broken nail. And normally I drag those, but they're heavy. They hurt your back, and we want to set up a more permanent thing.
And I'm already injured,
So y'all know I like to go to this secondhand store with the person that I work with. It's like it benefits addicts and alcoholics in recovery is what the donations benefit. Well, I found 2 bar stools, brand new in the box. It's called the Dakota Bar Stool, and it's from Threshold, which is Target. Retails for like $102. I got them for what, 35 a piece?
Yeah, 30.
But Sean has to put them together. So
that's the catch.
Hey, so you y'all stand by for that to happen sometime around Valentine's Day.
Yay, angels. Hey, Ricky. Say hi.
Hey, Ricky, how are you? Backwoods Barbie's here. I've been commenting on her. That's a nice butt. I told Sean about that when I said she did this whole thing and she was talking about the Duggars and whatever, and that people actually use the meat and whatever. And look, and she goes, and I'm not gonna lie, that's a nice butt. It was cute.
They're the hunters, right? They hunt.
Mm-hmm. She says they feed their family with it. I mean, she did an unboxing. Thank you. She did an unboxing the other day, and her husband was there. Barbie, he didn't look thrilled to be there. He was cute as can be. He had like a beard and.
Do you guys? Do you see my Twitter? We had a 12-point buck walking through the front yard. I saw my Twitter. You don't have to scroll too far down. I think I put it on Twitter.
It was sitting right in our front yard.
12 points, all the 12. At first, the first picture that she took, it was on a Sunday morning, 2 Sundays ago.
Hey.
And his head was down, and it's the rut going on right now. So we always have a bunch of does that are here all year round, but you know, right now the boys are chasing them around. There's a picture of him with his head up, and he's all at 12. But it's on my Twitter. He's a big guy, and he's running around.
At first, I was gonna overlook it and be like, "Oh, we have deer," and then I looked and I was like, "Well, it's got the horns." I know that's not what it's called, but I noticed it had the horns, and so I was like, "Let me go ahead and snap a picture." But this is the thing about I didn't know about the rut. Those male deers lose their mind.
They don't
running
care,
streets.
They're running,
woo,
they're running crazy. Yeah.
They're like men, you know.
Yeah.
They go to the club.
But they're not chasing it around all year. They have like a month and a half, so they got it.
They go.
You get a big dominant buck. He can go through like 15 doe.
Yeah, she said it was a nice one for real. It was.
He was a big guy, and he
My thing is, you know, I would never personally hunt, but if you're gonna eat the meat, hey.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna provide it to someone who's gonna eat it.
Fact is, Barbie says it was a nice one for real.
And she said she's like a killer shot. Like she can drop a deer in one.
Well, he was probably from where I'm sitting, 50 feet. He was right out through that window. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it.
He wasn't here. I took the picture.
Yes, but he was right through that window, right? And so she sends this picture, and I'm like, oh my God.
We will,
I mean, that was a nice.
The thing is, too, he's saying pray for the people that, the tornado victims. Hey, Angela.
Hey, Angela.
So, there's two people. I was going to pin that comment. I can't. So, there's two people that continually get banned from Twitter. In fact, like IP banned. Presley. Are you here, Presley?
Are you here yet, Presley? Or are you at work?
and Ricky. The bucks chasing the doe. Yeah, well, there was
Jana.
5 doe in the yard while the buck was there?
There
was 2 across the street. There was 3 there.
Well,
and I don't know anything about it, but he was like, those are all his hoes.
Yeah, he found them because they're around all year. And when we first moved in, there was a fawn that was with one of them in the back of the cul-de-sac. But you don't see the males during the year. You don't see the majestic.
What do they do during the year?
I don't know. They
who knows? Work out and tan.
Who knows where they are?
They work out and
But
tan.
anyway, when he got into the yard, did you look and say nice rack? Did you say that?
I looked and said, well, he's got horns and they're more than just nubs.
More than just
So let me just take
horns,
a picture of it. They don't care. They know our yard is safe. They hang out there all the time. See?
German lady is here.
Yes. So Presley was using the word about a particular person in particular, the placeholder, TWAT. I don't know why, but that word will get you banned off Twitter.
It will.
There's certain words that, and I don't know why, like that in particular, because I've seen people use like DICK. I've seen all kinds of things. But
I think it's universal in all different languages and cultures. It's a bad word.
See, but anyway, Angela liked that. I said, are they tanning and working out on the off season? And you didn't even think it was funny.
I did. I thought nice rack was funny.
Yeah,
when you see it when a big buck is walking through the yard and you're looking at its rack and it's like, ladies, my eyes are down here. Hey,
I know. Oh, I did get that. But I was noticing. So I used to hunt, but my man hunts every day. So yeah. Those of you who have not. Hey Hazel, those of you who have not checked out Backwoods Barbie, she does a tea channel, and look, they're batting ornaments around, whatever. So there you go. You have to put something in the middle of it. Hey Annie, what was I saying?
Yeah, talking about.
It was very important.
You're talking about Backward Barbie's channel.
Yeah, she does tea videos, but I'm not sure the history of her and Without a Crystal Ball, but apparently. And I won't get into it because I don't know, but apparently Without a Crystal Ball tried to sue her.
She's got a pretty big channel.
She does. It's grown really fast. It's grown really fast.
Don't back down.
I like it when she covers Josh Duggar. She's like, now y'all look, this nasty thing right here. I agree. I think his wife should be sitting in prison right alongside of him if she thinks that's just the... Yeah, he does.
Annie Oakley's
Thank
here.
you. Happy holidays, y'all.
So now, if German Lady's still here, she said hi.
I didn't see her.
I said, hey, German Lady. German Lady is here.
This is my bad ear.
Oh, it's my bad. We already swap around.
I'm just kidding.
But
hi, German Lady.
German Lady.
We say this every
came
time.
in.
Talk about her.
Came into the community a while ago. Kind of nice. Everybody liked her.
She just wanted the backstory of ATX
Now-
Tomahawk Shannon. Truthfully, that's what
Then
she's. Just give me
all
the
of a
backstory.
sudden, she gets on her channel and she drags she
Mm-hmm.
drags people.
Yep, she sure does. And the thing is she when she drags Mama Beth, and she drags her like no other, and she's got it coming.
Beth does.
But I know some people in here might.
But
nobody likes her.
let's address not her in particular, but these
Okay,
people that
Gigi.
have this change of like, oh, I'm not going to go after this person anymore, or I'm not going to do this, or I got. Most people that get drugged for filth have. When I say have it coming, it means they have it coming means that they have been bad to people, and you know.
I can't see the
When
thing.
you have people that are treat you poorly, you've had enough of it, and you drag
Hey,
back.
Jana.
So
I was still gonna. Kitty Kittens, look, girl. I don't want to keep blocking you, but why do you hang out with Tam Tam? I don't like. We don't address controversy,
Right.
but that is why I keep doing it, because I'm like, I can't associate. Not
and
associate.
the thing about
she's just such
Tam
a
Tam is she just goes after us every so often.
But it's
and
not
like-
even just us. It's the horrible thing. Kids,
but-
everything.
But us, it's like we don't even.
She calls me a whore. That's not an
Yeah.
insult, by the way.
We
He
don't.
thinks I'm one all day, every day.
It's okay, to be mine. But it's like we don't even. We're not really in the drama anymore.
Well, but she's not. I'll give her credit for the fact that she's extremely mentally ill.
Yeah.
But the things that she says about people's kids and wanting people to die.
Here's what I always say, and it always comes back to this for me, and you know this. I feel bad for William.
Yeah.
I do. That man adores her.
He just
He
wants her
does.
attention.
And exactly.
He just
And-
wants her
and
attention.
You can tell the times when he puts the hammer down and tells her to stop. When he's
Yeah.
around, you can see her kind of seeing where he's at, and when he's not there, she's a completely different person. But the dude just scared for his. You can tell
Yeah.
he's nervous for his wife
He'll
when she
start-
gets a certain way.
He'll start playing like music to try to
Mm-hmm.
calm her down, and I don't think she realizes that he's doing it strategically, but it's to try to. Man, we just jumped right in the drama.
It's
Anyway,
okay, though.
No,
It's-
it is. But I wanted
we're not-
Kitty.
we're
I
not-
wanted Kitty in particular to
Yeah.
know that it's not. Hey, Pink Life, to know that it's not like. I don't understand.
I
But
mean,
I don't run off. That's just all I'm saying.
but to say we're not even in the drama. We
Yes.
can give opinion. I mean, we give opinions about it because people will.
Hazel Eyed, you're right. She's a vile bitch.
She does. I mean, it's just if she's going to be here, and I think sooner or later, YouTube's going to take her
They
take her
have.
down.
As soon as they figure out it's still her on the other channel, YouTube doesn't play anymore. Well, that was interesting. Normally, I'm like reining him in on the drama, and today I was like, Kittykins, I'm sorry, girl. Let me address this real quick because
Yeah.
I don't want you to. Anyway, she's probably like, I'm never coming back there again.
It's all right.
Does anybody like us? I've got 3/4 of the Christmas decorations out, and that's where it stalled. Do any of you ever not finish putting them out or
buddy.
displaying them correctly, and Christmas comes and you're like,
here.
well, I guess I'll pack them back away? Yes. Yeah. Look at it. He needs a haircut, y'all. Don't judge. He's my Willie Nelson Shih Tzu.
The camera's right there. He's like, I can't.
He
see
just
it.
drank some water. Look.
I can't see. I can't
Look,
see it.
look,
I can't
Willie
see it.
Nelson.
Look.
Say hi. Look at him. He's so sweet. You're just standing. Yeah, that's just it.
It's not. You're not going in drama at all. I mean,
Well, no, but I mean, I understand if she has it. She understands. She's like, look, I feel for her, but I don't understand. First of all, everyone's blocked.
well, the thing that would get to me is like when I would look at Twitter. It doesn't really get to me,
Thank
but
you.
people are so perplexed. They're like, why does people go after this person and this and that? Because she's vile to people. Vile to people.
The bottom line is, and I don't. This is what. And there's no excuse. I think she really likes Shannon, and she
Yes.
she has ruined it, and she's But I think that was the main, like when she said, "Why don't you want to be my friend?" It's because you're mean.
Yeah,
Hold on,
I think she's hurt by it. I think she's hurt by some of the friendships that are there, but the way she shows it is by attacking.
Barbie, I can believe that. Yeah, exactly.
Come here, you. Look at this guy.
Every time we see you, you seem happier than the day before. Thank you.
This
I
is
want
Scout.
to pin. How come I can't pin anything?
This is Scout.
Oh, I know.
This is Scout.
And he's bad.
Yeah, he is bad.
He doesn't care that he's bad. I'm gonna start tagging him in the Maine Coon site too. So those of you who don't know, Storm, I don't know where she is. She's not a Maine Coon. She kind of looks like one, but not really. So on Instagram, I'll tag her on the Maine Coon page and say, "Look at my Maine Coon." And these people get so mad at me for calling her a Maine Coon. So sometimes,
She's not a Maine Coon.
If we're bored, I'll just go, let me go troll the Maine Coons. Like, so now I'm gonna start putting. No, I wish, Barbie. That's what we should name him. His name's Sawyer, but when he needs a haircut, we call him Willie Nelson.
Thank you, Ricky. It's true. Get up every day. Get up every day and start my day. Waking up and seeing this one, and then I go and I work hard. And I come home tired, but I had a good productive day, and I get to come see this one. I get to end my day with this one, and I get to do everything with this one. So. And
those of you who know, he says the same thing on or off camera. I like your genuineness.
Oh my God!
Because everybody thought you were kind of a cold-hearted person, that you had no emotion.
You thought that.
I thought you didn't also. I thought you weren't interested in.
She didn't think I thought about sex.
You can't say that.
I can't say that.
I didn't think. I was like, I mean, watching you, I figured you must either not be interested in it, or.
Back when Barbara said, "Oh my God, is his name Willie Nelson?"
That's what I said. I was like, no, but it should be.
Yeah.
Look, the kitten.
It's Sawyer Brown.
Look,
which is a performer, you know.
It's so funny. Sawyer Brown is going to be in the area, and Sean said he's going to have to get a ride to his own concert.
I know. It's like, look, Sawyer, you got a concert tomorrow. You need to.
We'll take his vet records.
We'll get your we'll get you a cab, and take your vaccination card with you, and you'll be able to go to your.
The thing about because I feel like you're so much better expressing it. When I hear Sean's truck pull up and I know he's home, I get so excited. I'm like a school kid.
Because I listen to the radio loud so you can hear me.
I can hear him when he rolls in. But I do.
Hey, do any of you guys know the rapper Pusha T? It's like my favorite.
Thank you, Barbie.
Favorite. He's like 10 years ago. Pusha T was like on the scene. I know. I don't listen. I didn't. He's an Atlanta rapper. I mean, he made his roots in Atlanta. He's from Virginia, but I like listening to him. So that's typically what I'm.
I don't know a whole lot of. I know more than I used to. I couldn't tell you one thing Motley Crue said. Now at least now I can tell you one.
What is it? I can't say that.
No, I know there's two songs. One's by Bad English.
Oh,
what's that one?
When I See You Smile.
Yeah, but that's the name of the group, right?
The one for Motley Crue is Without You.
Yeah, I like that one. I'd never heard either one.
Did
were you jealous of their hair?
Why? When I was littler? I had a mullet.
But I mean the way that it was like aqua netted up.
No, because I played sports, so I really couldn't have that.
Yeah.
But I had the mullet though. I just kept it because I played basketball. I kept the buzz cut on top, and I had it long in the back. So it was a mullet, and you could get away with that in the 80s.
Those of you, he's 10 years older than I. Yeah, Hades hair bands. He's 10 years older than I am. So he was born in '69. I was born in '79.
Yep.
Which now isn't that big of a thing when you start getting into way back. So we can't really analyze what it would be like if we went to school at the same time, because
it would be inappropriate.
When I went to school, it was the DARE era.
Yeah.
You don't smoke weed, you'll be doing heroin the next day. True love waits. Don't be sleeping with nobody. If you do, hide it. Purity rings.
But your brothers and sisters are my age though.
Yeah, so I would assume that.
And they will tell you that in the 80s, everybody was doing everybody.
That's what Sean always says. He's like, I played basketball and chased skirt.
That's what I did.
Yeah. With a 10-year-old. Yep. Angela has a 10-year-old, and she's a little bit of an older mom too. I don't want to say an older mom because that sounds horrible. Look, Sean got an invoice for his Juan Soto baseball card.
I won that. The Juan Soto sepia.
80s chick. There you go, Shelly. So that's just it. That was what was going on when I was in high school. And I was in choir. So if you had an intimate relationship with your whatever, you better hope nobody finds out, because
That's
your name would be drugged from
crazy.
one end to the other.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, she is. Angela's 51. See, she had him, and it wasn't even planned. It wasn't. But yeah, so totally different time periods. Plus, I was like, he played basketball. You played sports. I was in choir.
But I was a pothead though too. So like back then,
Nobody was smoking weed that I knew.
you know, so I was an athlete.
Hey, let it go.
But I was a deadhead too. So like I played sports, but I also listened to the Grateful Dead and Widespread Panic and smoked and tripped and did all that.
There's a lot of things that you would have never guessed about him that
She
I
was
was
so
shocked.
surprised. You see that tapestry behind us, or the sheet? I have a big Roses Grateful Dead tapestry.
I was like, when he was like
she
talking
didn't-
about whatever, I was like, LSD? And he was like, I was like, see, that's why you don't smoke weed, because you're going to be getting the postage stamps with the LSD, putting them in
You
your
guys,
mouth.
who in here? There's 40 people in here that have heard of Widespread Panic, right? They're from Athens. They were right here. I used to watch them in bars in the 80s when they were.
And Sean Mullins.
Well, I went to college with Sean Mullins, but Widespread Panic is a big band now, and but I used to see them with maybe 100 people at the show.
You were into live concerts.
I love live music. Yeah. So,
That was one thing you
Just
were
a lot
always
of-
interested in. But yeah, so that was like the difference between like he and I. And I don't know, I guess I honestly though can say there was no group of kids that I knew, and I knew quite a few people that admitted to having a sexual relationship with their boyfriend or girlfriend.
Really?
No one.
Nobody?
Mm-mm. Nobody would admit to it.
It's kind of nuts.
It's weird, right?
I mean, I had friends that would, like, my girlfriend would call me and say, and I'm still friends with all these high school people. Once I got out of my last relationship, they all came out of the woodwork and were like, "Is she on? Can we hang out again? We got a reunion. Can you come? You can bring your new wife, but
like,
not the other
They'd be
one."
like, I'm blocked on your, like, I didn't block you.
I
He
didn't
blocked
block
me,
you,
and
yeah.
I was like, Sean, I mean, not for nothing, but you had me blocked on you because I didn't block you on Twitter way back.
But they would call and be like, "Hey, you know, such and such, you know, she hooked up. She's embarrassed. She doesn't want to go get like a pregnancy test. Will you go get it for her?"
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was high school, you know, a long time ago, and I'd be like, "Okay," you know, it was like it's weird because there's such a double standard.
Yeah.
Like if a guy goes in and buys a pregnancy test, nobody really goes, "Oh my God, who is he with?" But if a girl goes in and buys a pregnancy test, she was a whore.
Yeah. That's
You know,
pretty
it's a
much
whole
true.
different thing than just having sex. But,
I mean, I didn't have to take a bunch of them, but I remember one time when I took one, I threw it away, and I was driving down the street and I threw it away in a trash can of someone I did. It was like a side street on the way to school. It was negative.
And you were like, "We're good.
We're good. Let's keep it." No, but I did. I mean, I had one serious boyfriend. I should have dropped him a long time ago. This is not my ex, but the same thing. I mean, he wouldn't admit to it. If anybody asked him, he said, "No, I'm waiting until I get married." And
You need to read those. They're
which is really just kind of ignorant. Thank you, Mystic. The lip color. Oh, it's BACI by Stila. Everybody, I know it because I buy it. If they ever quit making it, I'm going to be devastated. But
we just have to go
it.
find it on eBay, like I have to do with
Yeah.
all the discontinued stuff.
You know those Artiste style brushes that are like big toothbrush looking things, but they're makeup brushes? Pure, P-U-R made one. It breaks kind of easily, but it's perfect for if you use all-nighter makeup by Urban Decay. But they discontinued it probably because it broke all the time. So now I've got Sean buying them on eBay, like multiples at a time. I don't do a lot of eBay. He does, but
I can find anything. You know,
Look at this.
You just put in a few words for search words, and it'll come
Angela
up.
said, "I can't imagine taking the beast to any public function. The humiliation. Look at me. Watch me twerk."
I mean,
Anyway.
oh my God, boobs were out.
The boobs are always out. Anyways, no, that was an inside joke when we were dating. I was like, well, the boobs were out? They were always out.
They were always out.
I know, right? So, what else happened today? other than you worked? You got some new insoles?
I got insoles for my feet.
Because he's older.
Yes.
And his feet were hurting.
Every night after work, she puts Voltaren gel on my feet.
I do. Which, incidentally, you guys, don't let your dog get anywhere near that. It's very deadly for dogs. But I do rub his feet down with Voltaren gel. My little old man. I like older guys.
But I mean, we always talked about this before. How far back could we have gone before people were like, it's inappropriate? 20 and 30?
I mean, we talked about 18 and 28. That's still kind of weird. Yeah. I would say 20 and 30 is about when people will stop noticing quite how big the age difference is.
When you can start like going and like when you can have a drink together or whatever.
Yeah.
21 and 31 or whatever.
But then when you party too hard, then you don't have a drink together.
That's right.
You drink Mexican Coke.
We do. I come home from work and I pull out one of those, you know, the Mexican Cokes, the ones with the you know, the heavy glass. That's like a beer to me. I come in and like, psh.
Yeah, he's one of those weird people that partied hard, but he hit a certain age and he's like, yeah, bored. And
that's
possible. People can
it.
drink and party alcoholically, and they hit a certain age and they outgrow it. It talks about it in the big book.
I mean,
I didn't.
When I was in the Army, you know, people they party hard in the military, but I got to a certain, when I became a dad, you know, I kind of slowed down a lot, but it got to the point where hard to get up at 5 in the morning. If
And
you've
you
been out
just
partying
feel like,
or
like, I feel like crap every day. Now, when you're an alcoholic, it doesn't matter. You drink straight through it and keep it moving. But most people are like, you know.
Hey, Justine.
I'm tired of feeling like crap. I'm going to rein it in. And those hopeless alcoholics, I remember I'd be laying in bed and I'd have a headache, not even from a hangover, just have a headache. And it was like, well, I'm not even going to go downstairs and open that bottle of wine. My head hurts. At least now I can make it food. And I would go down the stairs and open the bottle of wine. Well, I have a headache. That'll help it. You know what I mean? Like, there were so many times I didn't intend to do it. And I would try to talk myself out of it. Not because I was trying to not drink, but because it was like, dude, I just don't even feel like it. But I made myself feel like it. Why are the animals destroying everything? What are you chewing on?
I mean, I went through a time where a very, very brief time that scared me because I'd heard, well, if you're drinking by yourself, if you ever find yourself off just drinking by yourself, or if you have no one to drink with, then you just have a drink by yourself, you're an alcoholic or you're.
Yeah.
And I guess that's not necessarily true.
Hey, Danny.
But it probably is when you're 17 or 18, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to be drinking. So it's not like you're going to a bar or sitting in front of your TV
54.
having a beer. You're going to a place where you know you got to hide it from people because you're underage. That's probably. It wasn't like I wasn't waiting until like Friday or Saturday night. It might be like a Tuesday.
And that's exactly.
Tuesday after class, and I would go to like an area because I went to school at North Georgia, so it was a dry campus. So there were like little areas, like little party areas, like parks and stuff where people would go. So you would just go and see who was there. So
a dry campus doesn't have anything that you can't even bring it on? Or?
Oh, no.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
He was like, how many girls were there compared to cadets?
When I was there were 4,000 students there. There was 3,200 girls and 800 guys.
Can you believe that? That's why I chose that school.
That's why I didn't leave so soon. First it was like, I don't really want to go there.
You need to tell the story of the skunk. Was it a skunk?
Yeah, we did what we did is there was a skunk, and some people get mad at this because I think like we didn't hurt the skunk. There was a skunk, and it used to hang out like on the side of the dorm. So we caught it one day, and so when it was on the side of the dorm, we took a big garbage can and we put it over it. And it didn't spray or anything like that. I don't know why, but so we got it into the garbage can. And then we put it in a bag, and we picked the bag up, and then we went to the girls' dorm, which was right next door. And, you know, they have the community bathrooms in the dorms, and the window was open, so we just put the skunk into the bathroom. And then we just went up on the hill and overlooked it, and we smoked or whatever, and we just waited to see how long before.
Whose idea was it? A mutual idea?
It's kind of we had thought about it before, but then
I said, would you do while they ran out in their pajamas?
Everybody would be like, the skunk's there, should we? So one day, it was like, we caught the skunk.
They all ran out, right?
Yeah, after about 10 minutes.
Like in their pajamas?
Yeah, well, it wasn't that late, but it was probably like 9.
Right. So, but they didn't hurt the skunk. The skunk is fine.
The skunk came running out of a side door after a while. I think that's kind of a sexy
story because then I'm like, well, what did you do as they ran out? You're like, we smoked a joint on the hill.
Yeah, we sat there smoking weed and just watched them come out. But
anyway, I like that story. Some people probably think it's tacky.
Well, they think that like we hurt the skunk, but we really didn't.
No,
I guess in hindsight we could have.
If the skunk didn't spray, it wouldn't.
But it came out the side of a side door after a while and went running off into the woods, and all was good.
You're chewing your corn, but it sounds like someone's chewing on something different. Yeah, I like that story. No, he's chewing on his corn like a good boy, but it sounds like he's chewing
his corn. When he says his corn, he's got like a stuffed ear of corn.
That's our tree. Mm-hmm. If we scooted that way, it would be a pretty good
little... scooted all the way around, they can see the fireplace, but there's a bunch of boxes.
He's afraid to light the fireplace because he thinks there's a family of something possibly living in the chimney.
There's some squirrels.
But we don't know. We don't even think there is. You're just...
I don't know when's the last time there was a fire in it. But,
Can't you just, like, take a broom and...
Well, no, I mean, I don't think there's any babies because it's the winter. I think the first time you light the fire, it's gonna, they'll leave.
So,
or it's gonna start the little nest on fire and it'll burn it out.
So, Virtual Asylum says you shouldn't have done that. You should have released him back into the wild. But there is no nature. That he lived.
You're talking about the skunk?
Yeah, he lived.
See, a lot of people, there are people that believe that, and I respect that. I mean, but when I was young.
He was young.
I was about 17 or 18 years old.
And if y'all know Sean, man, he would hurt himself before he hurt an animal.
I mean, I wouldn't do it now, but yeah. I mean, when I tell that story, the opinion of some is that we shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I respect that.
I still think since everything, no harm, no foul, in retrospect, and it's not even just the skunk; it's your reaction to it. Y'all went and waited for it.
I mean, college dudes do stupid things. I mean, they really do.
There's got to be a YouTube. I got sprayed by a skunk getting a McFlurry cup off its head. Poor little shit was running in circles in the middle of the road.
And anyone that's ever been around a skunk that's really sprayed something, it doesn't smell like the skunk that you smell like when a skunk gets hit, or that's pretty smelly. But when there's a live skunk and it cuts loose with that, it's awful. It is.
I tend to think
awful.
Though, if he didn't spray, he wasn't scared.
Yeah, he was around us all the time.
He was always
people would
throw.
And the reason why he was there is there was a garbage can, and or like we just throw stuff out there, and
so
he'd come there to eat.
Yeah,
and he was around us all the time. There'd be like raccoons around and stuff like that. It's North Georgia mountains, so there's all kinds of wildlife.
You know, they say there's a lot of females that confuse a baby skunk for a cat and go to pick it up. A lot of.
But I don't think baby skunks don't. I don't know how old they have to be till they spray. But and there's people that have pet skunks and they can take the stink.
You said you had a cat that got sprayed by a skunk and you wouldn't let it come inside.
Yeah, that's how I knew. So one of my cats got sprayed, and so we had an air conditioning that was on the ground. Like the window was a full length window, and we put it was a big 12,000 BTU AC that was a window thing, but it was on the ground. And
you were in the military then?
Yeah, it was in Rhode Island, but before that marriage. And so the skunk was on our front porch, and our cat was messing with the skunk. So the skunk sprayed the cat. Not only did it spray the cat, but it sprayed it straight into the intake of the AC too.
And so he was
yeah, and so it sucked the skunk and it put it right into our house.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was pretty bad.
The squirrels at Indiana University were very people friendly and would often enter homes and would allow them to feed them animals that live. Well, yeah, because Sean plans on getting the chickens comfortable enough to run in the house.
Well, I don't know if you'll want me to do that, but
you said like.
The chickens that I had before, if I opened the sliding glass door in the morning, they would run in and eat the dog's food.
Virtual Asylum says, fair enough. I don't know the story. I had a skunk that was tamer than stray cats I was feeding. He even slept on my old cat bed. Yeah, I have a feeling this one was a little bit used to people.
Yeah, I think that in hindsight, the bad thing was is we probably scared the skunk. We threw it into the girls' bathroom and caused chaos.
But
and
then
that
you saw
probably
the skunk come running out.
It
didn't
did
you?
come out
He
eventually.
saw-
Yeah.
That was the other part of
know?
the story. Is they were all running whatever, and then you see the skunk fight.
The skunk comes out.
He's like,
and it's not like it didn't go away. It was right back.
and he looked up on the hill and was like, "I hope y'all had fun."
Yeah, is that good? Are you happy now?
Were you
And-
were you a sexy cadet?
I don't think so.
You don't think
That's
so?
pretty skinny.
No. No, you were probably. You don't even have pictures from then. I've never seen a picture in your.
There's
pictures.
one, and I didn't really know how to wear the uniform yet, so I had the sleeves all rolled up. I looked like Gomer Pyle a little bit. My
But-
hat was like,
He was tanking bad enough in college. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go enlist,"
yeah.
which is
When I
really
joined the Army.
responsible.
Well, I went to basic training after my freshman year because it was a military school, and I knew that if I got into drugs really bad or I couldn't graduate or something bad happened, I couldn't get a job, that I was good at the Army. I was good at it. So I could always go back and do that, and eventually that happened.
I mean, that's cool though that you were
Yeah.
like, "Let me go do this right quick
Let me do this right quick, and then it
and
ended
get
up
my
being
life straight."
23 years later, I retired.
That's pretty cool. It's very, very cool. Yeah, everybody's saying how relaxed and cool the people are. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we get into drama, but we try to curtail
Try
it
not
pretty
to.
quick.
The other reason why we're really relaxed is we normally when you see us, we've worked all day too.
Yeah,
It is, what time is it here? Like,
9:15.
it's 9:15. We'll be up by 6.
It's sweet because whenever
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "You want to go live?" He's like, "Yeah." You always
Like
get
we
excited.
told him last night,
I
you
know.
tweeted, we were
Y'all
going to
need
go
to
live, and then was it last
No,
night or
it's
two
night
nights?
before live.
2 nights.
Y'all just need to call me out on that and be like, when I post that, be like,
Because
"Yeah,
that's what I
right."
say. I say to her, I was like, look, if you say you're going to go live, when we were doing this channel a lot a couple years ago, and we were building the channel, you guys would get on to us if we said we were going live and we didn't.
I need to not say that, but we were. It just
but
turned
it-
out to be a rough afternoon.
Yeah, so when
That's
I saw
what
the
happened.
tweet, it came across. I was at work, and I was like, "Woof, better drink a 5-hour energy."
But
'cause that's
listen,
a-
and then my afternoon went rough. I love what I do, but sometimes
Mm.
it's a little rocky. So I'm driving home and I'm like, "Oh, whatever." And he doesn't know. So he texted me, he's like, and I was like, "Oh my God, today, I was like, it's horrible." And he goes,
we're going to go live.
"So we're not going to go live?" And he did the laughing face and I wrote back and I don't remember what I said, but he was like, "Oh." No. By the time I got home,
No,
he
you
had run
just
back.
said you were nice about it, but in a way that I would understand. You'd say something like, "It's been a rough day. We'll see." When you say "we'll see," that normally means I don't think so.
My kids used to always say, if I said "we'll see," that means yes.
It's not true.
Not anymore.
When you get older, "we'll see" means no.
Yeah. We
Do
would
you want
also.
to do you want to jump into bed and roll around? We'll see. That means no, because
Oh, like I
that
never say
never
that.
really happens. But like on the 2 occasions that it has, like for whatever reason, like, well, we'll see. I'm like, okay, well,
Well, a
but-
lot of times we talk like we're freaking
yeah, we talk like we're porn stars.
OnlyFans
Yeah.
things, and then we get in bed and he's
Yeah.
doing whatever, and I'm like, well, then I end up watching blackhead videos, and he ends up watching fishing videos and bidding on baseball cards he already has.
And then we.
You do though. He wants like 25 of the same one.
What's an investment?
It's an investment.
It's not an investment, and
He won't
that's a
sell
big
it.
joke. Is
Well,
that,
what about who was it that you supposedly took off with from the marital home? An original, what did that stupid divorce thing say? Hank Aaron?
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
That he took off with a one-of-a-kind original Mickey Mantle baseball card. He said, if I'd really gotten off with that, I'd have sold it and paid your stupid ass off a long time ago.
If I had a one-of-a-kind Mickey Mantle card or
Hey,
whatever,
Nelson.
the $200,000 card or something like that, but
We used to, when we were really, really like, oh my God, is this ever going to be over? He'd be like, if I won the lottery, I'd be like, here's $25,000. Just go away.
yeah, yeah, just.
Just go away. Not to
Somebody
me.
else.
Just
I mean, during the whole pandemic, the card thing, some of my videos that y'all have seen, I talk about it. Well, it's coming back down now. And all these people that spent all this money on baseball cards that were like, it's an investment in the card. The market is not really crashing. It's just coming back to earth.
Mm-hmm.
I never really got into it that bad. I mean, I buy a lot of cards that I like.
Yeah.
But I never really broke the bank doing it. And people are freaking out and trying to dump.
But
some
you
of that
bought a
stuff,
whole
so.
bunch of the Mike Trout rookie cards before he even
Before,
made it.
yeah, but that's
and
that's
who's
what
the
I
other
do.
one? Who's the other Braves one that is now doing
Austin
really
Riley.
Yeah, that was another one.
I mean,
they said he was
What I
he's
do,
smart.
what I do with the hobby is I buy rookie cards before they're famous. Before I try to get all their cards, because what the most expensive card a player has is their rookie card. I mean, they have baseball cards for every year they play, but if you find their rookie cards before they were,
and that's what you
and that's
did,
what
right?
that's what people try to do is speculate the best rookies. Mike Trout, I mean, I probably have 7 or 8 of his rookie cards. Only one that's graded high, but I mean, I have over 500
But you
Mike Trout cards.
You told me about a card before that was 300 or 400. I said you can't sell it. It's not worth it.
He wouldn't let me sell it.
No, I won't. I won't let you
Yeah.
sell any of them. But probably if you had a Mickey Mantle original for 200 grand, that would buy you out of the devil.
But that's the whole thing is
Probably.
like, so getting back to what you're saying, we're talking about whatever, we're going to see flowers in the winter and stuff in bed. And then we both are like, wait a second, I got to put a bid on this card, you know, and
Yeah.
you're like, ooh, look at this video.
Well, and then
the next thing you know, it's 10:30 and it's
you
like,
know when you get to the point where you're like, I would really just like to lay on his chest. And you're like, I'd really like to just hold her. And then it's
Yeah.
like, is that cool?
the other thing is because what happens like afterwards,
It's because you're very, very, you're a little elderly. You go straight to
that's
sleep.
right, I go to sleep. She gets up and paints the house afterwards.
That's girls. I mean, without getting, isn't that not the truth? The difference between girls and guys when it's.
I mean, at first, if you don't really know, like,
Nelson's like, oh
if
my
you're
god.
not, if you're not, you know, when you're with your life partner, you're comfortable with it. But at first, it's like, I'm laying there like, yeah, I really did something there, and she's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go do some laundry, and you're like, what? I mean, you.
Well, and at first,
like,
I
no,
remember
no,
in
you
the
know.
beginning, I was like, are you okay? Are you like, I'm completely and totally exhausted and spent. And I was like,
And
yes,
then-
that's
and
what
that's-
I'm talking about.
Remember what I told Pirate, and you told.
Thank
I mean,
you,
what I told you,
Kathleen.
and you told Pirate that I said. Remember when it was like
About suck my.
Yeah, I'd be like, she'd be like, you want to do it again? And I was like, oh my God, this girl's gonna kill me.
Oh, he did say
You
that.
told
Yeah,
me.
in the beginning, it was like, hey, and he said that he'd be like, yeah, and he'd be like, oh my God, she's gonna kill me.
She's like, so you want to do this again? And I'll be like, of course. And I'd be like,
Thank you,
my
Angela.
God,
Oh my
she's
God,
gonna be the
like-
death of me.
See, Hazel says it's very normal. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's, like, sometimes I do go to sleep.
Well,
We
yeah,
can't
if
even
we're
get.
tired.
What if our grandparents are? Oh, none of them are alive.
What do you
I
mean?
said, what if our grandparents are watching? Then I was like, oh wait, none of our
They're
grandparents are alive.
not. I mean,
Angela, have a good one. She's watching the Chiefs. So Angela loves
See?
Angela loves the Chiefs. Her son loves the Seahawks. She sent me the pictures
But-
of his jerseys. I meant to show them to you.
the Chiefs are playing. Who are the Chiefs playing? It's a good game. It's supposed to be a really good game.
Well, and she's from, I'm not going to say the state, but she's from the Midwest.
Right.
Right? The Midwest.
But I remember looking. Oh, they're playing the Chargers
No.
tonight. That's right. Justin Herbert, the Chargers, and that's a perfect example. Justin Herbert is like it's in his second year or third year, second year, and he used his rookie cards because he's maybe was going to be a good quarterback, but every year you have the bet. You know, like they had all the rookies that came out, and it ended up being Mac Jones for the Patriots. That ended up being the really good rookie this year. So you
wow.
never know. There's like a half a dozen or 10 rookies, and you try to figure out who the best one.
Hazel likes the Patriots.
What's that?
Hazel likes the Patriots.
Mac Jones. I mean, he's the man. He's gonna win the Rookie of the Year. There's nobody that's really close to him. And you had like Justin Fields. You had other quarterbacks, Zach Wilson. All these guys that got drafted. I mean, Mac
Where did
Jones.
Zach Wilson go to college?
He went to BYU.
See, he knows all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, he does. He knows. I mean, I can ask anything. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, but like so now Mac Jones went to Alabama, so Alabama's well coached, but they don't normally have great quarterbacks.
thank you, virtual.
But in the last 4 years, you've had Tua in Miami, you got Jalen Hurts in Philly, and you've got Mac Jones in New England, and they're all starting.
I thought Mac Jones
So
was a coach.
Mac Jones, Tua, and Jalen Hurts were all on the same team.
But Mac Jones, wasn't he a coach somewhere?
No. It does sound like a coach's name, though.
Well, who was the Longhorns coach? That was
Oh,
terrible.
you're talking about no, it's not Mac.
But that was him, right? He lasted a couple years and they fired him.
No. That was the really good coach, and then he left and he retired, and then he's back coaching North Carolina now.
I worked for a little bit of time with Coach Royal.
I don't know that guy.
You don't know Coach Royal? He was a Longhorn. They named the stadium after him. He was the Longhorn coach for years.
But what was Mac? The
I'm
guy
very
for
disappointed. It's Mac Jones.
Mac Jones is no, it's not Mac Jones.
Well,
is
you're the one
quarterback
that
for the
doesn't
Patriots.
know.
Anyway, Mac Jones.
Bama.
Yeah.
There was an Auburn University shirt today at the thrift shop.
No.
I almost bought it for him. I was like,
What the? Now who was
Here.
who was the guy that was coach for Texas? If
it
there's any
was
fans.
Mac Brown.
Mac Brown. That's
Mac
right.
Brown,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that
he's
was
North Carolina's coach now.
And I remember when Jerry Anderson was the Cowboys coach, people either loved him or hated him.
Jerry Jones.
No, Jerry Jones was the one that
He's
wore
the
the
owner.
fedora.
No, that was. You're right there.
See, I
Jerry
know.
Jones is the owner. You're thinking of Tom Landry. He's the one who wore the fedora.
There
You were
you
a
go.
kid. You
I
had to
remembered
be a
him.
little kid.
He's dead though, right?
I think so.
Like long dead?
Not long dead, but
Oh.
Roger Staubach was the quarterback. That
He
was way
was?
back, like in the 70s.
When they
and
were still good?
They were, yeah, they're good. They're good again.
The Cowboys specifically are the type of fans that will go
Troy Aikman was their quarterback.
Yeah, we'll
he
go
was-
buy like a cowboy colored Explorer expedition when they're doing good. Put the big star on the back, and then when they start not doing good, they trade it in and ditch them.
Hazel-eyed. Okay,
They're fair weather
We're
fans.
Georgia fans here. Okay, we're Georgia fans.
This is
so-
my
so
southern.
easy.
If Backwoods Barbie is still watching, this is my southern Christmas shirt. You know, Walmart sells these southern girl shirts now.
Did you see Virtual Asylum? Just wanted to pop in.
I did.
Heard of you two before, and just wanted to wish you very Merry Christmas.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Power to the skunks.
No, that's not stupid. She's making fun of Georgia. That's the best way to get banned.
Can you imagine?
I'm actually wearing an Angels jersey. I'm a big Braves fan. They won the World Series.
As soon
But
as
I'm
we
a big
finish-
Shohei Ohtani fan, and he was the MVP, the Japanese guy for the Angels. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani play for the same team. They just got to get some pitching.
Yeah, there's a lot of good players. You want to talk about Pirates players? Just joking. Just
we're not gonna do that.
joking. No, that's my tea. That's my tea with me and the girls.
It is. I stay out of that.
He does. He stays
I
out of it.
do.
He didn't have time for it. But I'm like, when people are like, hey, I'm like, dude, it's good drama. No matter how you slice it, this is the drama community. He's so sweet. He's really just chewing on his toy, but it sounds like he's chewing on the 3 Christmas presents, which happened to all 3 viewers.
So didn't you take those bears from? Who'd you take those bears from?
My house.
Yeah.
I don't
you guys
even-
seen those bears? The bear statues for like Christmas scenes. What's that? What's he got, like a
I think
sled?
they're ugly, but I took them out of the marital home because someone else liked them, and it was completely and totally amicable, except that I took these because I liked them. Well, I didn't like them, but
And you took the spoons.
oh, the big spork.
Took all the spoons.
Oh, I did. I took all the spoons when I was moving into the apartment. And I took all the silverware, and apparently my ex went and opened the drawer to get a spoon, and this my son said that my ex was like, she took all the spoons, and he slammed the drawer, and I was like, we did take all the spoons. Well, I did. You weren't there.
So
You
there's a question.
I know. I saw that.
Plans for Christmas.
We're gonna go to your parents' house.
Yeah. We did Thanksgiving here.
It went
We hosted
well.
the family. What I was really proud of is my dad. He came in, he sat down, he looked around, and he approved of it, and he was like, "You're happy here?" And we were like, "Yeah." And he said, "This was a dream come true for me." And I was like, "What?" And he said that
I didn't know
he said that. He said
I didn't know
one of my dreams came true, and I was like, "What was that?" And he said that I was able to spend a holiday, Thanksgiving or
Wow.
something, at one of my children's home. we just never had done that. You know, my
Yeah.
other brothers aren't in a position to do it, and I was always running around doing whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, I love doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love hosting. I don't love cooking. That's what I mean, I will cook and I do it okay, but I'm always like, I like the hosting part. Someone will
You are
come
a
in the
good cook,
kitchen
though.
and cook.
Yeah, you're
well,
good.
I don't.
We found out that we can comfortably host about 10. We had 12, and it was just
Yeah.
we were short.
If we planned
we
a
have to get a
little
card,
bit
a little,
better,
yeah,
yeah.
card table with some chairs, but it was pretty comfortable. With
It was. It was a beautiful day outside. It was, everyone. I mean, nobody would have not gotten along, but everybody got along. Everybody had fun, and it went on quite a while. Sometimes when you have those gatherings and you eat, and then people are like, "Well, I'm gonna get going." You're like, "Okay, well, it went okay." We played games and did what we're thankful for until well after
We
dark.
went right over here, like we're around the kitchen table here. Over here is like the formal kind of living area. Back there is what I keep saying that we're going to set up is where we watch football in the back den.
Thank you.
We sat around in like a semicircle
Miss
and just talked about stuff, which, so it was both my brothers and their significant others. It was 2 of my 3 daughters and their significant others, and my mom and dad.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. Everybody but my oldest
Yeah.
here.
She was
From my
preggers.
side. Yeah.
We did the one thing that his family's big on, specifically his mom, is like
Hey, Miss Passion.
what you're thankful for and things like that, and different little games like that I had never, on a birthday, it's like we're gonna go around the table and everyone say what their wish is for this person for this year. And I mean, I came in as a cynical whatever, and I remember the first time I was like, and I wanted to bail, but I didn't. But after I got used to doing it, I was like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And everybody seemed to be used to doing it.
The first couple times that she was around my family,
I
and
wanted
we would
them
come
to be
up with something
impressed
like
with
that,
me.
he'd look at me and goes, she doesn't really
I was like, do I really
expect
have
me
to do
this? And
One
I'm
was
yeah,
like,
that's what we do in this family.
Look up a really cool poem for, like,
Or just write your own words or something.
yeah. And I was
and
like,
it
Sean,
was
please do it for me. Please do
I
it.
said,
for
I
me.
got it.
No, but then you were like, and I did it.
You did do it, but
yeah.
I had it covered if you didn't want to. I was going to kind of show you, but.
So we carried it over to here, and I did it. But yeah, it was funny because when I would look around, like if that happened at my parents' house or my family's house, everybody would look around and be like, but I looked around, I was like, okay, everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Clearly that this is going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you get used to it and you actually enjoy it.
Yeah. You do enjoy it.
Right?
Yep.
So
We got our own place and it just 2021 was a year. I mean, if you
Yeah.
think about a year ago, tomorrow in 2 days, on Sunday the 18th. Yeah.
your mom
18th.
was the one that
On Saturday the 18th, it'll be a year ago that we pulled into Georgia. If y'all remember, those of y'all that
yes, Karen.
we left Texas and we pulled into Georgia. It was the 18th of December.
Your dad had COVID.
My dad had COVID.
And his mom had it.
We officially kind of shut down the channel. We had, our channel was good. Still is. But we couldn't figure out how to do it from there. And they really didn't want us to do it in their house, to do live stream there.
They're soured to it because of the situation before.
yeah.
They don't understand it doesn't have to be like that. But what was magical about it is even if we had still been in Texas, COVID was still in full force. Nobody was supposed to get together. Nobody was supposed to whatever. So the fact that we were there and all hunkered down, and I'd already had COVID. I had the antibodies at that time. I vaccinated too, but I did. And so Sean was pretty sure he had it too. And we were really worried about his dad and then his mom.
They both got sick during that time.
So we were all locked down in this house together, and we were forced to bond.
Right.
And it was, and then Christmas morning, we all went upstairs, all the 4 of us opened presents, and it snowed. Remember that?
It was, and the thing about it was that dad was sick. We were worried about that, and then mom got sick.
Yes,
we were worried about
Hazel.
her. We were super stressed from the move.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
your
we
dad
basically
was really sick.
Yeah, dad was sick.
really sick.
And he's 81. So we threw a 12-footer trailer on the back of my truck and just hauled what we could. And you remember,
I swear to him,
those
all
y'all
of our
that keep
stuff
up,
went wallet.
we didn't get our stuff until September, but we pulled in And it was like, we had so much that we had to do this year.
Well, and at that point, I still remember you had your jeans with the tear in them at the U-Haul lot because I took a picture. And when we got here, his dad was like, why doesn't he throw those away? I said, because he's sexy in them. And I slapped his butt. And that was inappropriate, but your dad thought it was hilarious.
And the thing about that is I think that everybody grew. I think my parents
Yeah.
over this year have a different kind of respect for me again. Karen said it in a comment here. That she said they have their old Sean back. They do. And I think for a while I hung on the cross for some of the stuff I had done in my, just decisions and where I was and this and that. I think that's put the rest.
And I didn't know, like, when I met you and we crossed over and fell in love, I had known you had seen on live streams, which seemed gruff and whatever and hard. But I didn't know what you were like with most people. I knew probably with that, what you'd be like. But I didn't know that when we got together, you got soft again. And you got sweet. And you opened yourself up to your, not that you were not ever nice to your family, but you were warm again. It was like the Grinch warming his heart.
But at the same time, I've learned
guarded.
boundaries, like
Right.
with my kids. And, I used to come into town and it was like, all right, I'm here for how many ever days.
Yes,
so
Karen.
everyone would vie for my attention and I would just do this and do this. So people got used to just demanding my attention or demanding to do this or that because I was going to go back to my situation. So I kind of owed that to people. When I was here, I had this like 4 days, 5 days, or however long I could stay before.
Yeah, he couldn't stay. Y'all
You
know
guys
how
remember,
it goes.
and I would have to go home. And I see that a lot with like William and Tam Tam now. But when you're in that situation, so over this year, I had, I've sat down with my kids and with like my family members and said, I'm here now. This is okay, but this is I'm not going to be, and I don't want to say they pushed me around, but it was like, I felt like a lot of guilt and shame because I wasn't around more. So now that I am, I've kind of figured out what my piece is and kind of what my role is as the oldest son and as a dad now that I'm in the same town with my kids and how to do things.
Yeah.
I've grown up in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
and people accept it. That's the thing. My family is like, all right.
They
don't have to like it all, but they accept it.
Every time, like, I think everybody gets testy every once in a while. And every time I get, like, testy with, like, a family member, I'm like, oh, God, that's it. They're not going to like. You're like, no, you don't understand.
You don't understand. You had a long way to go before.
And they said that me and Sawyer can stay. He's got to go.
Yeah, like, if it just didn't work out, I'd have to find somewhere to go.
I adore his family. My sister-in-law, it's everybing.
I mean, we had a lot. Like I said, going back to it, we had a lot to do. I mean, this year, if we said we were going to do it, we're gonna go find jobs, that stuff that we do, like mini careers. So we're doing that. We're gonna go get our own place. So we don't own this place, but we're gonna get our own space, and we're gonna start there. We did that, furnishing it. Just there was a lot. 2021 was a lot. But
we have one other big milestone.
Yeah, we have one that we haven't done yet.
Hazel mentioned it earlier.
Yep, that's it. That we have one thing that, we got a bunch of little things, but one of the big things that we told you guys when we started our channel 2 years ago that we haven't done is gotten pregnant. And we haven't done that yet.
I'm trying to get him pregnant. Yeah. It's not happening.
It's weird. It's just like maybe my egg count is low
Hazel
or whatever.
Hazel says, absolutely, I can imagine the change they see in you. They know it wasn't your fault. You were practically in a hostage situation. Survival mode 100%. Yes, but they held him like, they're like, you keep going back into the fire. You keep going back into the, why do you keep, and that's, unless, I guess you've been in that kind of crazy relationship, which I haven't. I had my own thing of issues, but I didn't have that. They were like, I just don't understand why you kept going back into the fire. And you were like, it's... So
now that I'm here, I'm able to go, I don't like that. Or I'm going to do things this way. And I live here now. I'm not just here to visit. And this is how I'm going to go about my life. And this is what I'm going to do for a living. And this is how I'm going to love this woman. And this is how I'm going to build my life. I'm 50. So I got 40 years if I'm lucky.
They're always counting down how long. That's so weird.
But it's because I feel like I lost 10 of them.
Yeah. That's why we
So-
said, we were like, for the other person who says, didn't grow for 10 years, touche.
Yeah.
He feels the same way.
No, I mean, and
There was
so
nothing beneficial to.
I left Georgia in 1992
That
or
was a
something
long
like
time
that.
ago.
And so for the last 30 years, better part of 30 years, I would come back to visit. Now I'm back here.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell Mandi all the time that I miss Texas. And she's like, but we're here now. And it's almost like you want to be in Georgia more than I do. I mean, as much, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like,
except for my kids and family, it's I like it here. We were at Fort Stewart with my ex for like 3 years, and I really liked Georgia. And as far as the mentality and the way things are done, don't start shit, there won't be shit. That's a lot like Texas. It's probably the closest state in the South that's the most like Texas.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, Hazel was in that same situation. She left her abusive ex and went right back. It was, well, I guess it's a trauma bond. I don't know anything about that because I've never.
Well, there's a guy that I work with now that's kind of going through that, and he kind of tells me the ups and downs because he knows.
Does he watch us?
He doesn't watch us.
Is this you don't have to tell the story. Is this the church one?
Yes.
He saw his, I'm gonna say it.
So
saw his girlfriend on a live feed in church on a Sunday with a guy.
He didn't get a chance.
With a guy.
He didn't get a chance to go to church, but his church
Hey, Khaki.
has a live stream. So he's watching. He's at church because he's got to be at work that day. So he took some time to pick up his phone and go onto a live feed to his church.
It's
And
not
his-
funny, but
and his woman is there with somebody else in the church.
all like snuggled up like
Yes.
at the church. Can you imagine getting busted with your
So
side
he comes
piece
up to
at
me
church?
because I'm at my desk at work, right? It's a Sunday. And he goes, hey, and he sits down. This is how it started. And he hands me the phone, and I was like, I'm looking at this, like, because I watch like TikTok and live streams and stuff. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, church, nice. And he's pointing at that, and he points there, and I go, and I say, who's that? He goes, well, that's my girlfriend. I don't know who that is. And I was like, oh, shit.
You need to
You know,
tell
I
him
was
to come
like-
on over to the drama community. He's
And
made,
I'm like, so we're talking about it, and I goes, and they're at church. He goes, and that makes it worse. And I'm like, it kind of does make it
and
worse.
I said, Sean, how was
You
it
know.
all? But maybe they were just there together. He goes, no.
No.
Yeah, they were sitting about like
Like this,
right?
and she kept like, and
The
so
pastor,
anyway,
the
I
pastor
tell all that
Tam would call her a
because
whore.
he could tell that I related to some of that, and
Yes,
so
exactly.
he keeps giving me updates, and I keep telling him, don't,
Thank
you
you.
got to protect yourself and this and that, but he's kind of on the fence right now.
Well, in all of fairness, though, didn't she say she was on a break with him?
Yeah, but then she'll do stuff like
Oh.
invite him over for the night.
Well, everybody's got to get a little something.
That's what I told him, and it's the
I'm
only
kidding.
time I almost offended him was that he's telling me all about it, and I said, well, at least you're still getting it, and he was like, but I said, but you
But
like
I
her,
love
so it's
her.
different,
I love her.
He's like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, so all right, got it. So,
People trust Sean. That's what I was saying. Like people like Sean. They open up to him. I mean, people do with me too, but not quite like that. He's usually got really good advice. From what people have said, that you give good advice.
you get to our age. I'm talking to everybody here. 50. You've had a few laps around the track. You.
That's the one thing he said when he was like, there's nothing that you could do, like we were talking about, that would make me leave. But both of us said, except cheating.
If you are with somebody else, even it's like, okay,
He's like, I'm too old for it. And I was like, I'm too old for it too.
You'll break my heart in two, and that's okay. You own my heart.
Thank
But
you.
I'm not. It's not going to be. It won't be okay.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be okay.
And however people feel about how we met, how we crossed over, how we whatever, there wasn't a whole lot going on, like not even intimately, but no
For either of us.
no, but I mean like no emotional reciprocation at all. Like none of your, like y'all know women have, what I used to say is women have many more, look my ears red, many more needs than men to have met these, but men don't really need it. And then I met Sean, and I'm like, no, men have just as many emotional needs that need to be met as women.
Yeah.
So, Oh, look, Hazel says, I like this Sean so much better than the one I saw on Dr. Phil. But he was hot on Dr. Phil. Even his mama says he looked good on Dr. Phil.
That's kind of the I call it an oxymoron. It's not a true oxymoron, but people, like when people see a Dr. Phil, or there's a couple of people everywhere I go, there's one or two people. And that when I say, they don't look at me and go, "Oh, you were on Dr. Phil," but when we talk about stuff or bad relationships, I said, "No, I was on Dr. Phil," and they with mine, and they were like, "You were?" I watched Dr. Phil, and I said, "It was this episode," and they go, "Oh, that was you," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they said, "You looked really good on there," and I was like, "Well, that's kind of like, you know."
I thought,
Thanks.
But he said he didn't even shave. They put so much,
they put so much
makeup on you. They were like, "No, we're gonna put so much makeup on you." And you said Dr. Phil has a lot of makeup too.
Oh yeah, he's a ton of makeup on.
Yeah, he's a.
So.
Well, you guys, you ready? Check out my inspirational quotes of the day on my Mrs. ATX YouTube page. I'm trying to produce some original content, some motivational, positive thinking.
But we're doing this YouTube thing a lot different perspective than we used to have.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone said, and some people would, like I look at analytics and stuff like that, and people.
You're a numbers guy.
Yeah, numbers guy. Not so much anymore. And it's about just being happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm good with it. And so, but I want to keep doing it because I would be. If I said it wasn't a part of, my story, I'd be lying. I mean, I met her, so.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it. And now it's an hour past our bedtime.
It is.
Well, Mister, I get to go in at 8. You just.
I would be going in at 5 and 6, and this week, he's like, come on in at 8 because there's holiday help.
Oh, is there like temporary stuff?
Well, there's one, but it helps a lot.
I said I would offer to help in the off time because I already have a clearance or whatever, but they would be looking for us and we'd be off wherever. Look, we talk all this mad shit.
I know. We're going to talk about when I get off. We're going to be asleep in about 10 minutes.
But anyway, we did make it a good length of time. I'm glad we stayed on and had fun and.
We like doing it.
We do. And we are going to have more of a permanent where we can turn it on and just start doing it.
Well, one of the things
Christmas
we weren't sure is
up.
because our internet, like
And
when we're just
we have no
surfing
problems with it.
when we're surfing the web, it's kind of
Not
spotty.
so much anymore, though.
But and it's a good picture now that we know the ring light in the background because the last two streams were.
It was casting. It was
But this is good.
heads.
It's a good ring light. So.
And it's a.
So we'll rebuild the channel, but we'll do it different.
We'll raise it from the ashes.
We'll raise it like a phoenix.
Oh my God.
Like
That's
phoenix.
my thing.
I know.
And people try to steal it and
We're
say,
gonna-
I'm
we're
like
gonna-
the phoenix.
we're gonna-
I'm like, I am the one that has the phoenix tattoo.
We're gonna be like
Me.
Squirmy and Grubs. We'll just
Squirmy
have
and
it shot up.
She's like, I'm burned out and I don't know why people don't know. And
Did
she's
you
in
guys
the
watch Squirmy and
bathtub.
Grubs? She's in the bathtub.
So
I'm like,
I'm
I've
burned
never seen
out.
somebody in the
People
bathtub
look at
talking
me
about
as-
how
look at me as
I
an
don't
object.
understand.
And
it's
she's
like,
in the
you're in
bathtub.
the bathtub
She's like, people look at me as an object because you're
in the bathtub.
and you wear bikinis.
Unless you're wearing clothes under that, you're naked.
While you're profoundly, they're an
Yeah.
inter-able couple. That is the politically correct way.
Inter-able?
To say inter-able when one is, I guess it's not called disabled. I don't know. Inter-able, right? And there's a whole genre of these people that do that. Just like the drama community, all of this. So, but I think he's a jerk.
He is a jerk.
I think he's a jerk.
I
Thank
don't
you,
think
Bryn
it's-
Michelle.
I don't think it's fair
Yes,
to
Kathy.
say, but she's starting to sexualize things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's just, without a context. Good looking gal streams in a bubble bath. You don't know anything about, wondering why she's burned out because everybody gives her a hard time.
Why, you know what the Black Bigelow says is that he's had 2 other girlfriends before her, and they were all drop dead.
That he has?
One was named, she's Hannah. There was someone else that sounded similar, but he's had 2 other gorgeous girls that were on social media before this one.
Wow.
Because, you know, the Bigelow just calls it out like it is.
He does.
He does not even care.
He says you are, but you're not with him. You're getting it all right, girl, but you're just not with him.
Anyway,
So.
thank you guys.
All right, guys.
I would love to say we'll be here tomorrow, but you know we probably won't. No, we might. We just need to tell Sean to put the bar stools
But
down.
you guys have got to, like, if she puts it on Twitter that we're gonna go live, and you guys need to DM her and tell her.
And then you also need to tell my client not to make my day.
That's right. That's
go
true
down
too.
the tank.
That's true.
Start calling names or whatever. I'm just kidding. She does
good
it.
night.
She's awesome. It's just working with dementia's hard. Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night. Bye. See you guys
Bye.
later.